different. And as you can see, I am not alone on the screen tonight, but I want to get some people in here before I introduce who we have. And we will see who's joining us tonight as we get in here. Just let me. And it's a delay on my phone. So we have, we are broadcasting tonight on Facebook, on the Facebook Live page, and we are also on YouTube. So we'll have comments coming in from everywhere, from all over the place. And so tonight you'll see many people who know me know the face that's next to me, or many people that know me in Alberta know the face that is next to me as well. And for the rest of you, I'm going to introduce this beautiful lady to you in just a moment. So hi, Lorene, Wendy, hello, Connie, hello, and Matthew, hello, Ellie, Catherine, hi, Adele, hi, Kelly, hello, Kevin, hello, and Dion. I see everybody joining in. We have about 20 people in so far. Normally we'll let it come in a little bit more. And Jenna, hello. Merry Christmas, Edie. And Merry Christmas to everybody who's joining. If you notice, it says Tibs Eve, and you're wondering what Tibs Eve is. If you noticed in the post that I made earlier about this is a Tibs Eve Christmas special done Corrie style. Well, Tibs Eve is the day before Christmas Eve in Newfoundland, because in Newfoundland, you know, we like to just like take the celebration a little bit further. So it is always that night before. But normally in my old days, in my old years of living, we would have celebrated this with lots of alcohol and probably gathering and drinking and ugly sticks, and I can't even tell you what they are yet. It's just so much more, and music, and we would have been gathering to start a celebration. This is our way of celebrating our loved ones in the spirit world, and to be able to come together. This is Corrie style. This is the way I live my life now, and what I do in my life. And we always, and as a Newfoundlander, we love to share everything. And so tonight, I really truly wanted to share this with someone who's very special. And I kind of threw her for a little loop because I thought I sent her this message earlier today, and I was wondering why she didn't answer me. So I went to check, and I realized that I hadn't sent it. But this is Michelle Gibson. She is a dear friend of mine. She is a colleague. She is a student of the More Than Existing in her fourth level. She is also a graduate of all of the mediumship courses that I teach. She has taken all of my angel courses. She's taken every course I think that I have. Michelle is in or has taken and graduated from. She's taken my tarot training. She has taken oracle cards. There's nothing. All of my goddess training, nothing done. And Michelle is just recently putting herself out there. She's starting her own work, and she's now also just launched her website today. And I couldn't think of a better way to introduce Michelle into the world than to invite her here invite her in here tonight to share this loving space with me and with everyone. And with everyone that's joining us tonight. And Michelle is, she's very much works in the love and light as I do. She's probably a little bit nervous, but she's not really that shy. Michelle and I met way, way back. Michelle and I met when I moved to Slave Lake back many years ago. So over about what, 23 years ago? So she would have been 21 or 20. Very young. She was very young. She was just finishing her apprenticeship. We both worked at a salon called Hair Traces, and we were in actually the old location of where I retired from. That was where it was. And so we worked together for a long time. Then she went on to own her own business. I owned my own business, and then she came and she rented a chair out of the salon. We have never really been. We've been apart, but never really apart. She has. She's still doing hair. She's recently just moved to Leduc, so she's close to me again. And we're close together again. We just can't seem to get separated. And so she's now working at a salon here in Leduc called Evolutions, and they're a pretty amazing group of women there, by the way, if you've never been there. So she is actively working as a hairstylist and doing this. So if you're in the Edmonton Leduc area looking for a great hairstylist, this is your girl. There's a few of them in here, actually. So there's a few amazing hairdressers at that place, but Michelle's just recently here and she's new. So she's also an amazing tarot card reader, and she's, you know, she's really stepping up, and she's also a Reiki master. She's also taken my, one thing that people often don't know about what I do, because I don't talk about it a whole lot, because I don't teach it online yet, is that I am a Reiki teacher. I'm a Reiki master teacher, and I work as a healer in all areas, and I naturally do some shamanic type of work, ancestral passed down healing work, but I train others in Reiki. And Michelle has taken all of my levels of Reiki, and she recently did her Reiki master training. I have a lot of teachers. I have not a lot. I have a couple teachers out there that teach the Reiki course. And I'm not so much teaching, but I have taught a lot of Reiki masters, and I have a lot of people who are trained under me in Reiki, and Michelle is one of those, and she is offering Reiki sessions as well. So, so she's also a healer. So we have amazing soul sisters in here, and we have a big crowd joining us in here tonight, Michelle. And and so we're just going with the flow tonight, and as we always do, this is a total relaxed evening. We are giving messages. We are choosing people as we go, but I always open up with a card, with a message for everybody. Not everybody can be chosen. We got a couple hours that we'll be in here. So welcome, 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 welcome. And Michelle, would you like to do a little talk before we start?
Oh,
open your card and give a little chat.
Totally thrown into this. I'm really excited to be here. I actually had just put this into my goals not long ago that I would be doing a live with Corrie. I did not think that it was going to happen within a couple of weeks, but I guess here I am. Like she said, this is how we roll. We just do it and we go. So I'm very excited to be here. If you guys are curious at looking up my website, it is angelicrealmhealing.com. I just launched it this week, today mostly. So it is on there, and I do have services on there, and then a place that you can message me if you do want a reading or anything like that. I'd be more than happy to help you. Yes, known Corrie for a long time. It's kind of like a rubber band. We keep pulling apart and pulling back together, pulling apart, pulling back together, but all good. And I look forward to many more years of being with her.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have you here. And Tracy says, yes, this is the only way that Corrie rolls.
Very true.
Yes, it is the only way that I roll. I roll this way. This is how we do this. We do this in, I fly by the seat of my pants in so many ways. I trust the messages of the God consciousness, of the divine, and I trust when I hear my guides say, go do this now, I run with it, and I don't second guess it, because I spent a lifetime second guessing, and I tried my very best not to run from that place or operate from that place. But the biggest thing that I can tell you is that I truly believe in how we thrive and how we work the best. And anyone who's ever trained under me, worked with me in hairdressing, in this, always knows that I have trained a lot of people. I have helped spread, I want my wisdom and knowledge to be shared. I always say I want to leave a legacy of love, and I want to be able to have, a lot of people be able to enjoy this and be able to help each other out in whatever way we can. So women supporting women or supporting men. I've trained men as well. And so being able to support each other and being able to know that we're not here to compete against each other. We are actually here. The only person you're competing against every single day is yourself, to be a little bit better than you were the day before. The rest is love and support. And the world is open and available to us all, and it's accessible to us all. And we all have so much to give. And we all are so unique in our own way that no matter if we're saying the same words, they're all coming out differently. They're being perceived differently. And we get the opportunity to reach even more people with this love and with this light. And so it's an honor for me. And I'm so glad that you guys tonight get to have both of us in here. And you've seen me share the screen before with, Fran, and who else did I share? Oh, Diane, and, several other people. think Lisa Richard was on with me once before, and you've seen lots of my students. You've seen Michelle. If you've seen me doing lives about the More Than Existing program, which we have another level one starting January the 11th or 12th. Michelle was in one of those videos. This is not her first time coming live with me. This is her second time coming live with me. Just the first time we were talking about her journey through More Than Existing. And she was in level 2 at the time. And now she is actually taking her coach training, her light worker coach training through the More Than Existing program. She has taken all 4 levels. So this is a night when, if you're in here with us tonight, you are in here being blessed with the love and being blessed with being able to share this space with us tonight in such a loving way. And are we both in the same deck? Did we pull the same deck?
Yeah.
and so we are going to start with a card. And oh, there's Lisa. Lisa Richard is in here, and she is sharing. The website for Michelle's Angelic Realm Healing. So thank you, Lisa. And may I ask a favor, if you don't mind, Lisa? Can you also post the school link as well for people, because everybody, coming up in January, we have a weekend event that is happening that is free, and it is the More Than Existing Summit, and there's all kinds of presenters there, and it is going to be free. So if anyone is really truly needing that space right now, and knowing that this time of year is so difficult and so hard, get in there, enroll. Enrolling in school is free, but there's also a meditation. So, and oh, Dion, I'm so glad you made it tonight. Stay with us here. Just stay with us all night tonight through this 2 hours, and we will share this love with you and share this space. So we are sending much love out. I also want to send out a lot of loving prayers for people who really truly are struggling through anything tonight, who are, trying to reach out to, and I want to say this, reaching out to loved ones who are, that they have lost connection to. And I mean, in the way of, you see a lot of people who have got loved ones who have lost their way in life and are so far away from themselves and disconnected from their families. And they may be sleeping God knows where, and you don't know where they are, and you're worried about them. And we are sending healing prayers that we can, that there's some sort of light that lights up their heart, that warms them up on the inside, that truly allows them to know that they always have a place to reach out, and that you hear from them, or that they come into our world, and that they truly, that we come back together. Something brings our loved ones back in that are still up on earth, but are in a very, what I like to call a low vibrating energy. And so when they're in that energy and they're in that time, it actually feels like, if you're doing what Althea Gray has light measurement, she's a healer who I've trained some light healing work through, and she has a light measurement chart. So if you're reading somebody who's actively in their addictions, their light actually measures very low. And we use these pendulums that have no connection to identity. They don't absorb our energy. And we read their light measurements, and the light measurements feel like they're very low. So sometimes I can channel through and pick up somebody who is out there still alive, but barely holding on. They're struggling with addictions. And I pick up spirits that are alive and past. So it doesn't mean that everybody coming in is somebody who's passed. So I feel like the reason why I'm bringing this up tonight is that somebody in here tonight has somebody on the other side, that's on this side, who they are afraid, or they're scared that they're on the other side, or they're afraid they're going to lose them. And this Christmas season just amplifies the feeling even more. And I feel like they're here. Like, I feel their energy, and I feel like their energy is very low. But I feel as if we are somehow sending out a wave of love, a wave of hope, something that lights them up and warms up their heart, so that we can help bring them home, bring them back to themselves, bring them into here to want to reach out, to need that help, to need that guidance. So whoever that is for tonight, just know that I am adding this in here tonight for a reason, because I feel like that is somebody who's desperately seeking and searching for that to be there. So, yay. Oh, that was a heavy one. That one's coming with a heavy energy. I'm not sure. This might come up again in our reading. So let's start with an opening card, and then we're going to go right into choosing some people tonight, because we have a lot of people here. And I'll also share on the link in the YouTube and on Facebook. I will also share Michelle's website when I do the edit after, when I can go back in. And this was very last minute getting Michelle in here, so it's not on the post itself, but it will be. I'll add this in on, so you'll know exactly where to find her, how to find her. And Lisa Richard is sharing on the other side. She shared the information. You just had an angel fall behind you.
I just seen it come.
Yeah. So today I left the house and I seen a huge angel. Michelle, this is going to just blow your mind. I was at Michelle's house getting my eyelashes done before were in lockdown again. But Michelle also does eyelashes. We're estheticians and hairstylists, so we love to talk, and we've spent a lot of time around a lot of people, and Michelle still does hair. I can't stand up because of my legs. Because of my legs, I just pulled this card.
No way.
Honest to God. So I was at Michelle's house. Now, this is magic. This is how spirit works. I was at Michelle's about a month ago getting my eyelashes done. She was doing my eyelashes, and she says to me, you know what, you should have this school. And I said, I own a school, Michelle. Remember, we have a school. And she starts to laugh, and she said, well, she said, the Xavier in X-Men, and how he's, they put the thing on his head. And I'm like, yeah, the man in his wheelchair, and he puts the thing on his head. That's you. Like, we're just going to put the thing on your head, and we're going to take all your information and all the wisdom and knowledge that you have, and just like absorb it into this world and into the school. And we're all going to just learn from there. And that's just and she said, that's how I see it. I have this vision. Well, when we're done, as she was finishing, I said to her, Michelle, I feel like you have this new deck of cards, and they're calling me. The angels from the cards are calling me. And it was in alignment to my message, to my meditation of the morning. And I said, Metatron came to me, and he's calling me somewhere. Metatron is calling me. I'm being called. And I know when I'm being called that something is going to change my life. It doesn't mean that it comes easily. I always said I'm always sliding into the new base, like with scrapes and bruises, and nothing comes easily. And so I said, this card is calling me. And so she said to me, well, I just got my new deck of Radleigh Valentine cards, who I trained under in my very first tarot training, Angel Tarot. I trained with Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine live. It was their first together thing they did, and it was a live 8 to 10 week class or something we did. And I would show up every week and do this class, or twice a week. And then I said, well, you need to do these cards for me. So she starts shuffling the cards. And when she did, the cards came out. We thought the cards came out of the deck. We seen the cards come out and go up in the air, and they fell over. But they didn't. We looked everywhere for the cards that we seen go up in the air and fall over. They didn't. And at the time, I was telling her like that I'm a Merlin, right? Like I'm this Merlin alchemist energy. And so we start shuffling, and this card where she had just talked about me being in this chair, and me being in this wheelchair, and she's had this vision. And this was the card that we pulled. And this was the exact same card that we pulled out tonight. And this is Archangel Jermel coming in with this card. And this is truly about us giving and receiving, about doing the right things for the right reasons when those gifts are being given to you, when you're being gifted with opportunities. And I always say, that flow of the abundance of life and love and support that I get, I love to share that. And I love to be able to give that back, and being able to share what we do in a way that we give to people who not everybody can afford a session. Not everybody can afford to do all these things, but we can afford. But what your time, you always have time to give. And your time, if you can give your time in some way, if you don't have money, what can you do? So if you're really struggling and you're really going through a hard time, take the focus off of yourself. How I did my healing was I took the focus off myself, but I stayed dedicated to the cause of Corrie. So I stayed dedicated to the cause of doing my healing work, but I stopped sitting in my misery. I got out of my mud and I stood up and I said, if I can take this energy and I can go out and help somebody else and still work with me, then maybe my life will change. And it really truly was about putting that work out there. It was about putting myself out there. It was about doing this in a way that I was taking focus off myself. I had so much time to focus on my own misery when you're only sitting in your misery. If you climb above the pain, I may have weak legs. I may not be able to be a hairdresser, but damn it, there's a lot of things that I can do. And that's what I decided. And that's kind of how we've run our lives. And Michelle has that strong spirit like me as well to do that. She's another one. We might not look like angels on earth.
Or we curse a lot.
Or we curse a lot. And we may have moments where we open our mouths and shit comes out and then we got to go, oh God, did we just let that out? But it happens. That's real. We're very real people, right? And it's very real energy. And so knowing that, in that, I also have this name that I had come up with years ago, and it was called Slanted Halos. And I hope this year you'll get to see Slanted Halos come to life. And Michelle and Tracy were very much on the push for this. And I always say, you don't get to your halo until you can take your crown of thorns out of your hands. You have to get past your suffering, because in our suffering, when we're doing everything that we're doing, and our motive behind it is so that we can feel good about ourselves, we're doing it for all the wrong reasons. And so it's like, if we're doing it just, if we're not just, but if we're doing it and we're doing it with a motivation that, oh, if I do this, I'll feel good about myself. No, we're doing it for the right reasons, because that's what we're here to do. But we want to be able to do things in a manner of having. So if I have the flow of abundance to be able to help, imagine what I can do with Slanted Halo. If I have love and support and a team, because I don't operate as an I operate as a we, always. And I'm like, I operate as a we, then we get to help the world in a bigger way. So when I get to share the screen, I get to share with my team of we's. And so part of the whole Slanted Halo is that we are everyday people, just like the Everyday Goddess cards. And we are everyday women who are stepping up to do the right thing for the right reasons. And that included trying to be a better human being than we were the day before, doing that for us as well. So my card to you all is coming in with the fact of the balance of giving and receiving, sharing what we do have, if you don't have money, what do you have to share? You have time. If you have something to share, if you have food, if you have 2 slices of bread, well, you have 1 slice of bread to share and 1 slice for you, and not to give it all away, but to share. And so what can you share? And what do you have to give? And so on Tibs Eve, I can tell you, as a Newfoundlander, we would open our doors. And on Tibs Eve, if you were out wandering around and thinking you had nowhere to go, you didn't have to knock on the door. The door was open. We never locked the doors. You were welcome. Our doors were always open. Everybody was always welcome. My grandmother could make 1 chicken, feed 30 people if need be, because there was always enough for 1 more. And that's the thing with all of this and with our whole lives. There's always enough for 1 more. So I want Michelle to give a card to go with this as well. So if you would like to pull a card to start this, and then while you're doing that, I'm going to find our first person.
All right.
And welcome to everybody who's joining us, as Michelle is coming in with the first card for the collective of us all, as I'm letting the energy in the room fill up and still letting people join, because we have people coming in and out. So, and I said this morning, remember, stay till the end, because you never know what's for you. So we are choosing people, but we're going to start with Michelle doing a general card.
Oops, I got to figure out how to work this. So I got 9 of air. And it tells us that unfounded fear, expecting the worst, thus creating self-fulfilling prophecies, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the situation, sleepless nights, refocus your thoughts. I feel like that is everybody right now. We are in such a crazy world right now. And we're all fearful because we don't know what what's going to happen. We're sitting in the unknown, and every day today is unknown. But all we can do today is try to control what we can control and forget about what we can't control.